You're right on life in the Philippines, love between nations, BobbieD and one nation under rule, one love.
Hello, my friends. This is BobbieD coming to you live from Tolongon City, Philippines. Having an awesome time in the Philippines today. Hope you are as well. Where we found today, I'm going to talk to you about digging too deep into the past of your partners. Good or bad? Digging too deep into the past of your partners. Good or bad? In the Philippines. Yeah! What a joy, such a joy to come back to you, my friend. And I did want to say, those of you have the first time, if you would please, click on that subscribe button and the bell notification icon so you can see me fresh. You get the videos, racial videos, and the worldwide videos. Woo! Oh man, it's been a wild day, been a wild morning, been busy. But you know what, man? I'm never too busy for the people that I love, the people that I care about and I share about. And sometimes I shed a tear about it. I'm never too busy for you guys. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very good show today for you. We got our buddy Mark Hill get here in a little bit. I gave him the link too late, so I'm not gonna worry. I know you'll show up. But I gave him the link just a few minutes ago. I should have given him earlier. But he's gonna show up. We're gonna talk about some veteran stuff as soon as he gets here. But in the meantime, I just want to say thank you. When you appreciate people and what they do for you, my mama told me, say thank you. Whenever somebody do something good for you, say thank you. So here, it's always appropriate for BobbieD and these of you to say, thank you. I don't care how big, how small, what you do for us is. You said thank you. You took the time, booked the time, crooked the time to be here today with me. And I say thank you. You didn't have to do it, but you did. And I thank you. Yeah, I thank you. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and start up. As soon as Marco gets here, wherever we are in this thing, we're gonna let him have it. Okay? Let me make sure I send it right because I can mess up, you know what I'm saying? Do stuff quick. Okay, he ain't got it. That's all right, man. We're gonna go on with the show. You know what I'm saying? We going on with the show. It'll be in a minute. I remember I said it's not his fault. I sent the link late, okay? My bad. All right, let's go. So we had an awesome show yesterday, man. We had a show was almost 3 hours long. Oh, it was 2 hours long. And we talked about manhood, man. You know, everybody think they got it, but everybody don't got it. You know what I'm saying? Manhood is something that you have to walk into, you have to acquire. You just don't born to be I'm a man now. You're not just born, you're born a male. You're never born a man. You're never born into your manhood. You are born a male from the human species. You're a male of the gender from the human species. That's it. But your manhood has to be developed. It has to grow, and you have to grow into it and walk into it. Okay? All right. That's all I got to say about that. So today we're going to talk about digging, man. You know, like some of y'all like to dig. Yeah. You can't stop yourself. And I'm telling you today, you better watch yourself when you be by yourself. Who told you got to know everything? Huh? Come on, man, don't play with me. You so nosy, you got to know who she slept with before you. And how did he cheat? What did he do when you slept in bed with him? Did he do this? Come on. Oh, Lord Jesus, help me. That ain't none of your business. You got to know where to ask somebody something and when to stop it. I'm going to break this thing down to you right so you can get it like a fifth grader. Some of y'all more smarter than the fifth grade, I know. So if I can explain this, I didn't say explain. If I can explain this to a fifth grader, you're going to get this today. That's how I try to make whatever I got to say, I try to put it on a fifth grade level. So it won't be too complex. It won't be too hard. And then when you leave the show, I didn't know what you were talking about. What you said? What do you mean? I didn't know that. I'm not playing that game. When I get through this today, it'll be as plain as day what I'm trying to say. And that rhyme. All right. So, okay, here, Mark Hill right now, man. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Mark Hill, what's up, my brother?
What's going on, BobbieD? How you doing?
got it, man. I got you the link a little bit late. My bad, my bad, my bad. But I got you, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no
Uh,
worries, no worries.
so glad you're with us today. This is the day, ladies and gentlemen. We call this day on the show Veterans Day. Every Friday, as much as Markel can, because he got a busy schedule. Sometimes he might not be able to be here, but whenever he can be here on a Friday, we're gonna get him on the show. Okay? He's gonna talk to you about some benefit information, benefits for veterans, benefits for veterans, information for veterans, and fears for veterans that you need to know. He's always giving us some pertinent information. So that's what Markel has two shows that you need to be aware of on YouTube. One of them is called Markel's Podcast or Markel's TV. It used to be called Podcast. I think he got rid of it. But
No,
it's
that's
called
the one.
Markel's.
That's the
Huh?
one I'm on now. Markel's TV, the podcast. That's the
Okay,
Veterans
I'm sorry,
channel.
y'all. I messed up, y'all. I got the title wrong. Markel's TV, the podcast. Make sure y'all get that, okay? He got a TV, he got a YouTube, and then he got a podcast, and he has two channels that you want to watch on YouTube. First one is Markel's TV, the podcast. The second one is Markel's Tech Review. He gives you awesome tech review on all of the latest gadgets and technological things. Guy just bought a brand new, brand new MacBook Pro. You know what I'm saying? He know the lowdown on the grow down. He know any kind of technical advice you need, check with Markel. Okay? And as far as veteran advice too as well. Okay, Markel, I'm gonna let you have it. Show, do what you need to do, my brother.
All right, man. Hello, everyone. Hopefully, everybody's had a great day today or a night wherever you are in the world watching this. Couple things I want to touch on right now. The first one being because I had someone reach out to me in the Philippines about a zero rating, and can they be seen in Manila for a zero rating? Yes, you can. As long as it's service connected, it can be zero, and you can still go get care for whatever that service connection is. So, for example, if it's your back and you need medication, it's still going to cost you nothing, even though you have a 0% rating. So don't worry about it. As long as it's service, that's the main thing. Service connection. It can be 0, 10, all the way up to 90. If you're not 100% PNT, you can still be seen for that zero rating. Okay. Now, another topic that I got a question about was there's a gentleman in Thailand who was prescribed a bed, what do you call those beds? A medical bed by a
Yeah,
doctor. Okay, like a hospital bed by a
right.
doctor. And his question was, how can he get reimbursed for the bed? Because he's service connected. You got to go through the foreign medical program. Okay. Before you make any purchase, I don't care what it is, you need to contact them first to make sure you're going to be reimbursed the correct way to do it so you can be reimbursed before you go out and spend. Because I think that bed was around $2,500 to
Ooh,
get that bed.
yeah,
You want to make sure you're doing it the way they want you to do it to
yeah,
get your money back.
you're right,
Do not play around with that and just buy and die. They'll give me my money back. No, they have specific rules that they have to go by for you to do it. So contact them first before you make any purchase. Okay. And last but not least, let's talk about taxes real quick. Now, we getting up coming up on tax season, April 15th. Now, for those of you that live overseas, you can get extended. You can get it extended all the way out through October 15th
Oh, really?
or October 20th. Yeah. And when you're overseas, you don't have to pay right away if you owe. You can
Okay.
drag it out
Okay.
all the
I,
way to October
I
when you're
might
living overseas. But if you are a single individual in the Philippines, you're making more than $25,000 on Social Security, you need to per year. You need to file taxes, okay? Because you qualify for taxes. Okay, 24,000 and above for a single individual, you need to file taxes on that. All right. Don't play around with the government when it comes to taxes because they gonna come. They may not come for 5 to 7 years, but they coming.
Oh, yeah.
Don't ever think they're not coming. They are coming. Don't play around with taxes. Okay. Now, when it comes to your VA income, that's tax free. You don't have to worry about that. When you're on your retirement income, if you have CSRC, you don't have to worry about that. But for those of you that don't, okay, that's not tax free money. You need to file your taxes on that as well. Don't play around, Uncle Sam, when it comes to those taxes. The last thing you want to do is be in another country and you got this huge tax bill you trying to pay and live, and now you're trying to fight from a distance. That never works out well.
Not gonna work.
All right. So taxes, man, that's the number one thing. And before I go, Bobby D, you guys who qualify for school, man, I cannot express it enough.
Yeah,
Please, if look, just take one class per week. One 2 hour,
yeah,
1 4 hour class. If you can't do that, take a 2 hour class twice a week.
yeah.
Just there's too much out there that you guys are letting pass you by. Because there's somebody out there right now listening, hungry, refrigerator empty, got no money in their pocket. They looking at all this stuff they want to do. You letting anywhere between $1,800 to $2,500 a month pass you by every month simply because you don't want to sign up for school.
That's right.
It makes no sense.
Not at all. Not at
You
all.
know,
Sorry
nobody's
about that.
saying you got to be a scholar. You don't have to get straight A's. All you got to do maintain a C. You can maintain a C just by listening. You ain't even got to just sit there and listen. You can maintain a C.
Yeah, man. It don't take much.
So I just, it irks me, Bobby D, because there are people out there struggling trying to figure out how to go to school. They can go to school for free and get paid to go. While there are
Right.
kids out there right now trying to figure out, okay, how can I get this Pell Grant? How can I get this student loan? Take on
Exactly.
all this debt. You don't have to do any of that, and they're gonna pay you to go.
That's right. That's right.
So, you know, I don't know, guys. That's just an easy route for you right there, especially in the Philippines and you're struggling. There's no reason for you to struggle.
That is awesome, man. I mean, he's saying the truth. Y'all better listen to him. You get veterans out there, and you got the ability to go to school on the government's money, and you sit there and think, I ain't got that. You don't call you got scared. You got to learn something. Shut up and do your thing, man. One hour ain't gonna hurt you a week, whatever. Go on and get that money. You know what I'm saying? That
Bobby
don't
D,
even make sense.
they provide you with the computer.
What? They give you the computer too? Oh man,
They give you a stipend for your supplies, computer, SD
that
card,
your
all
books.
books, all of it. All of it. There is no excuse.
No, that's no excuse. They give you everything you need to be successful in school. Everything. Only got thing you got to do is get your mind right. That's all you got to do. Get your mind right. Get your mind off the drugs. Get your mind off all the crazy stuff that you into right now. Let it go. It ain't worth it, man. Focus. No hocus pocus. Focus and get that money. That money in your pocket will change your life, and it'll help you be a better person. That's crazy, man. But yeah, I think everybody needs to take advantage of that. And one thing, Markel, my dad, he was eligible for the GI Bill, and he could go to college, but he got the GI Bill. You know what he did? He went to barber school. I'm playing with you. He went to barber school, and they paid him. My dad went to barber school, and he didn't show. They had to show up like about 4 times a week, but he showed up, got his check. You know what I'm saying? Go on, man. They'll pay you for technical school
They
too,
don't even
right?
have to show up. They don't even have to be in the States. They could be right there in the Philippines. All they need is a computer and the internet. That's it.
No excuse, man. No excuse. You can be in the Philippines, pursue your education, and get a check. That check that you get will be enough to take care of mail. It won't be enough, but it will help you take care of yourself here in the Philippines.
Well, just think, Bobby D, if you already just say you 100%, you're getting 3,100. You
Right?
go to school, you get another 1,800 on top of that
Okay.
for the next 4 years while you're going to school.
Oh wow, man. You can do like a king out here with 1,800 plus 3,100. You be living real good, man. That kind of money, you be living real good. You won't have to be begging for nothing. Uncle Sam got you in his hands. You know what I'm saying? But you mentioned one thing to me that I'm sorry. I guess I want to get some more information. You said zero rating.
Right.
What can you get for this? I mean, if it's zero rating to me, you get nothing. Get away from me.
Well, yeah, you're not getting monthly compensation with a zero rating, but
Okay.
you still get the health care, you
Okay.
still get the medication, and if
Okay.
there was a military base around, you still get access to go onto the base to go shopping.
Oh, okay. I got
So
you.
yeah, there's a lot of benefit. Okay, let me break it all the way down with a zero rating.
Okay.
With a zero rating, you can sign up for life insurance. that you couldn't
Okay.
sign up before because you are now service connected, so you can get
Right.
life insurance.
Right.
Okay. You can go on a military base, as I mentioned before. You couldn't do that when you're not service connected, but
Right.
you can when you got a zero rating. If
Okay.
you're in the States, you can get points for federal jobs. So you can get a 10-point preference above other people
Right.
just because you have that zero rating.
Right. Right.
Okay,
Now I
so
know
that
my
there's
preference.
quite a bit of benefits just having the zero. Now,
Right.
most people are going to be upset because they're not getting any money.
Right. Right.
Right. But you still get the health care. You still get the free medication. If you have a brace that qualifies for the clothing allowance, you get the clothing allowance, or you get a cream that qualifies and is service connected at zero. You still can get that, what is it, $891 once a year in October.
Wow. That's nice, man.
So, there's still a lot you can do with a zero rating.
Okay. Okay. Let me ask you this. Um, what are the necessary requirements to qualify? Do you have to actually apply to get a zero rating, or if you just say you do your 2 years, whatever you years in service you got out, are you then deemed a zero rating person? Or how do you get to be that rating?
Okay, so basically what happens is this. All right, so say you hurt we'll just say you hurt your hand while you're in service.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Uh, Basically, what happens is the VA will do a CMP exam. You go try to apply, you do a CMP exam, they come back and they
Right.
say, okay, this injury happened in service,
Right.
but the injury is not enough to where we need to pay you for it. But we are recognizing it that it did happen in service.
Right. Right.
Okay. So because it happened in service, we're going to service connect it, but we're going to give you a zero rating for it because there's not anything that's keeping you from using that hand. For example, if you couldn't do this, you could manipulate your fingers
Right.
and you hurt this hand in the military, right? And they service connected to you being in the military. I mean, you can
Right.
get 50, 60% just for that hand because you can't manipulate it anymore.
Right.
Or they
Right.
would deem it loss of use and a whole other set of benefits.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But it's not just a thing where you were in and they say, okay, we're just gonna give you zero because you were in. No, it has to be from an
Oh,
injury.
that's what I wanted, man.
No, no, no.
You burst my bubble right there,
No,
man.
no, no. It has to be from an injury in service,
Okay, I
right?
got
Something that happened to you in service, and you can prove that it happened in service. Then you can get the opportunity to get a service connected rating for it.
you. Okay. My dad was in the military for like 20 years, and he came out. He got a disability, but he only got like 50%. And it was like he would get these bumps on his hand, all this kind of rash. Only would
Probably
happen
had
in some.
Agent Orange.
Yeah,
You probably had
I
Agent Orange.
don't know what it was, but he got 50% on it, and he got a check. It only happened in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? He would break out in hives, everything. And
Agent Orange. He had Agent Orange.
that's probably what it
But
was.
see what happens, BobbieD, and I'm gonna keep it 100. What happens is
Mhm.
when veterans first get out, when soldiers get out, they want nothing to do with the military. They
Right.
they got it in their head. Okay, I'm done. I'm not
Yeah.
listening to nothing. And then later on, they learn. Wait a minute, I could have been getting paid this entire time. All this was going on. Yes, it's never too late to apply for your benefits. Never too late. I don't care if you've been out 60 years. You can still go down and apply. Okay, there's never too late.
Yeah, I
But the
think
thing about it is, BobbieD, is people will get a rating, their condition will get worse, and they won't go down and get it increased. They'll just keep it at 50%. They're scared to rock the boat. You know how it is in the South. Somebody give you something. Well, I don't want to say nothing because I don't want them to take it away.
right. That's right.
That's the kind of the attitude. So it's like, if you don't ask, if you don't tell them, because the doctor can say all day long, hey, this has gotten significantly worse.
Right.
But if you don't file for an increase or tell them, the VA rarely on their own just increase your rating. They will do it occasionally when it's something really bad, but
Right.
you have to take it upon yourself to do it,
Right.
to file for an increase. And if you're in the Philippines or wherever you are in the world, outside the U.S. and U.S. territories, you don't have to leave the Philippines in order to file a claim or
Okay.
to get a CMP rating or do any of that. You can stay right there in the Philippines and get it all done. You
Okay.
can file a claim online.
Whoa, you serious? Whoa, online? Man,
Yeah,
that's good.
you
That
can
is a
file a claim online.
yeah, yeah.
If you're already service connected, you should have access to e-benefits.
Okay.
With e-benefits, you can go to apply and apply for an increase.
Okay.
You don't have to leave the Philippines. They will set you up with a doctor. Hopefully, there's somewhere on the island where you are, there's a doctor or office that you can get to. They'll try to set it up that way. If
Right.
they can't set it up that way, they'll ask you to go to Manila. If they ask you to go to Manila, they're going to reimburse you your travel.
Nice.
Okay, because it's for CMP purposes. Now,
Right.
if it's just a regular exam, they're not going to reimburse you for a regular exam. But if
Okay.
it's something they're asking you to do, they will reimburse you.
Sounds good, man. But the part you talked about the taxes, man. Y'all need to pay your taxes. I mean, if you overseas, just because you're overseas don't mean you have to pay. You
No,
have to file wherever
you
you are.
you still a U.S. citizen wherever you are in the
Yeah.
world. I don't give a damn what you're doing. You're a U.S. citizen. You are required by law to file taxes. You may not owe nothing if you file. You may have a bunch of deductibles or whatever, but you're supposed to file every single year. Now, for
That's right.
those of you who make less than that and you own VA, you don't have to file, but they do have what's called a non-filers tool. If you
Okay.
remember that whole fiasco that happened with those stimulus checks when they first started sending out stimulus checks, because people didn't file, they didn't have all the information. Some
Right.
people didn't have direct deposit; they was getting paper checks, and they
Right.
didn't know what to send the checks. That's why they want you to update that non-filer tool. When you
Got it.
move, they don't know you moved.
Right.
That's how they know you file your taxes. We got your most latest address. This is the address you gave us. Is this still
Right.
valid? This is the social security. I mean, this is the bank account you gave us. Is it
Right.
still valid? That's why they want you to do that. People look at it like, man, I don't want the government to know where I am. Well, if the government is paying you, you do want them to know where you are.
I mean, that's who's sending your money. You always want to know. You always want to know where to send your money to. Crazy, man.
If
Uh,
they paying you, so you want to know where you are.
Brown, a lot of us have this phobia about the government and Big Brother always looking at us. But what? If he giving you your money, why not? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. The things people do when they don't really understand it and they're dealing on a level of fear, you know. But that's some good information, man. You know, file your taxes, know wherever you are. And I had this guy one time, he's on disability. He said, do I need to file my tax? I said, I don't know, man. You talk that between you and saying. I don't know. I said, if you made money, you might need to file it, but you might need to check what I'm saying. Do people on disability have to file as well?
Like I said, it depends on how much you make, because like Social Security disability insurance, you're a single person in the Philippines. You make more than 24,000. Yes,
Okay. Okay.
that's taxable income. But
Okay.
if you're a single individual making less than $24,000 a year, no,
Okay.
you got
So,
nothing to file.
okay.
Like
Gotcha.
for couples, I can't remember how much it is for couples. I don't remember if it was 3,200 or 4,200 for couples.
Okay.
But
All
as
right.
an individual, yeah, it's 24,000.
Okay. All right. That's good information, man. Now I know what to tell people. If based on your income, you make more than 24,000, you can file. If you don't, you'll be all right. But I understand also that people come out here on disability and they go out of the country and they shouldn't be doing it. A lot
Oh,
of them
on SSI,
do
yeah,
SSI.
Bobby, do
Because
you
they,
know how much SSI is?
nah, I'm like,
$841 a month.
that ain't nothing. That ain't no money.
But but
That
what
ain't,
happens is people tell them, "Oh, you can go in the Philippines and live like a king on $1,000." Okay, well, I got 841. I should be all right.
no, no, you will be in trouble with that out here, especially with the places going on right now. Everything's sky high out here, man. I ain't seen it like it. Listen, I ain't never seen it. The prices that they are right now, I've never seen it how high it is out here now. You're not
Oh,
gonna.
Bobby, it's crazy here. I just ordered a bottle of cologne. It was $106. Had it shipped from the States.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They brought it here. It cost me $42 to pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
And we ain't even talking about, it was a 3.3 ounce bottle.
Yeah,
Cologne,
right, right.
$42 to pick it up. I said, damn, man.
Could have made something quicker than that. You could have put some Vicks on yourself now.
But
Dog,
yeah,
man.
inflation here is that I MacBook Pro I just bought.
Yeah.
Oh, $900 in taxes.
Ooh, are you serious? Oh, we could have bought two other small cheap computers for that. You could have bought.
Nine, it was over $900 in taxes.
You could have bought two cheap PCs for that kind of company. But you got the best, best it costs. You got to pay for that money for the best. But yeah, man, that's amazing how they eat you up in taxes and customs. They do the same thing here in the Philippines too. Anything you order from out of the country, like I didn't even order this. Murphy gave me again. Well, I broke my other one got broke, so he sent me one. He shipped it to me. FedEx. It took like 3 months. It went through customs, and when I got here, he said, "Yeah, it's slow out here, man." It took like 3 months. It got hung up in custom, and then when it came and bring it to me, he said, "So that'd be 400." I said, "What?" I said, "That's already paid for, man. What you trying to do?" He said, "That's the custom, so you need to pay this. I can't give it to you." So yeah, they always tack on some stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Murphy had already paid everything. He got to be done. I said, "Okay." Man, that's 400 pesos. Man, please. But yeah, they're gonna get this. Well, Mark Ellis has been great, man. Anything else you got before you leave?
Nah, man. The only thing else I would say, BobbieD, because I've been showing them stuff that's been happening in here in Medellin with crime
Right.
and things that happen. And I would just say, be careful who you hang around in these foreign countries
Right.
because you don't know these people's backgrounds.
Very good.
Okay. There's too many situations, man, where people find out too late that these people might have been registered, in the States. And I didn't know this until recently that you can still fly outside the country, even if you're registered as a sex offender, if you're registered as domestic violence. They just have a special sticker on their passport, and it's up to the agent whether or not to let them in the country or reject them.
Okay.
There's only 7 countries, BobbieD, that don't allow people like that in their countries.
Okay.
Thailand is one of them.
Yeah, that's the sex capital of the
But
world.
most of them, they still let them in, whether they're, looking for little boys, little girls, whatever. They
Great.
still allow them to go in the country. And the thing of it is you don't know. You
No,
don't know. You meet
yeah,
them, you think they're nice people, you have no idea. And
that's
people
right.
always ask, well, why you don't like to hang around Americans or expat? I don't know nothing about these people.
You got that right.
No, no. I'm not gonna get caught up because again, I don't mean to drag this on, but
No,
people don't seem to understand when they leave the US laws stay in the US. They
that's
have
right.
nothing to do with the laws in the country that you're in. And
No,
the laws in those countries are totally different than
that's true.
anything you're gonna find in the US.
That's right.
There's no due process here in Colombia. I don't know how it is in the Philippines, but there's no due process here. You get
Because
caught up in a situation here thinking, oh, I'm gonna just call my lawyer and they get it straightened out. Good luck. Good luck.
you never get a chance to call nobody, but call on Jesus. That's it.
Good luck. And they gonna rake you over the coat. You're a foreigner. You should have money in their country. You gotta hire a lawyer,
Yeah,
and you about to come out some money.
yeah, oh yeah. That's the same thing here, man. You get messed up out here. Out here, they say they have due process, but they really don't.
No.
I've had a guy. I had a story on a guy that was in jail 5 years before he even go to a court date. 5 years, and he didn't have. He didn't see a judge. Nothing. He's sitting in jail, and then he got out of jail, but he had to pay us money, so much money. His family had to send money over. Oh, man, it's a long drawn out. But yeah, they say they got due process out there, but they don't. They can hold you as long as they want to.
I'm trying to, BobbieD. I try to say it in a nice way, but I know sometimes it doesn't come across that way. And these are grown people. They gonna make mistakes and they're gonna learn. But
Yeah.
when you've been living overseas long enough and you've seen enough things that happen and you might experience some things yourself, it's like, no, I'm not taking the risk. You might be the nicest person in the world. I'll speak to you. I'm courteous, but I'm not gonna hang out with you. I'm
Nah,
not gonna exchange phone numbers with you. I'm not doing none of that because I don't know anything about you.
I got a guy that just came over here. His name is Ken, and I just spoke to him last night. He said, man, I got some expats trying to get on my case. I said, expat? You mess with expats? I said, they gotta leave them people alone. They're the worst friends in the world to be when you are overseas. Be by yourself. Yeah? And don't trust nobody, especially expats. They out for your money. He just bought a new car, see? Paid cash for it. They saw he got money and they messing with him. They're trying to get some. I said, man, that's the first lesson I learned my first year overseas. Don't mess with no expats. But they want your money. They're going to find a way to try to get you, So he was
BobbieD, every one of them got a business plan. It never worked for them, but they want to tell you their business plan. Oh, I just need $5,000. Well, you need to go to the bank and get it. I don't know why you're asking me.
You my
I'm
friend.
not giving it to
You
you.
my friend. You my friend. You go to
What's
lend
my
me.
name? What's my name? I'm your friend. What's my name? Tell me my name.
You don't even know. You don't even know. Yeah, man. Well, Markel's been real, man. You always give us an enlightening and give us more information. It's good information. Everybody, you know, for those of you listening in the audience, if you can't use the information, you know somebody's a veteran. You know somebody. If your brother, your sister, your uncle, give it to them. Tell them to look at the show. Tell them to check out Markel's show. Okay? Thank you so much, Markel.
All
Take
right,
care,
Bobby.
brother.
Thank you,
Good,
guys. I'll
good
see you
to see
later.
you. All right, talk here. Bye-bye. All right, guys. There you have it, Markel TV podcast, and also Markel's Tech Review. You will always has very pertinent and helpful information for you veterans out there. Some of you veterans know some of this information, some of you didn't. So if you get this information, if you saw this broadcast with Markel and you saw something that interests you and you're a veteran, get involved. Get your money. If you qualify for a GI Bill, you qualify for the FMP, do it, man. Because it's available for you. These programs are made for veterans, people that gave their lives to serve us, me and you. You know? And they don't take advantage of it. It's just going by the wayside. It's just money on the table. And you never leave money on the table. Take advantage of it. All right? All right. So let's go back to our topic for today. We're going to talk about digging too deep. Sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, we dig too deep. It's good or bad. We dig too deep in the past of our partners. Sometimes we just overdo it. Sometimes we don't do it enough. So the question is, what's the balance? So we'll look at it today. Okay. Thumbnail for the day. Thumbnail for the day. Here we go. Okay. Let's go. Come on. I know I put that. Oh, here we go. Thumbnail for the day. My past life. You see that lady right there? She's cute, but she hiding something. What are you hiding, my dude? What you hide behind that hoodie on your head? Beautiful features, but it's a mystery. Her history is a mystery. And if inquiring mind want to know, I want to know about your past. I want to know what you're not telling me. So we're gonna look at that today. Dig. We want to dig into our partner's past. Sometimes, my brothers, it could be a good thing. And then sometimes it could be a bad thing. The question is it always good or is it always bad? We're going to answer that question for you today. All right. Focus for the day. No hocus pocus. Yes, focus for the day. Here we go. Number one. What you look at? Number one. Should you dig into your partner's past? Is it worth it? Is it worth it for you to know what happened in your lady's past life? Is it worth it for her to know what happened in your past life? Is it worth it? Well, look at that today. Why is it good to keep some things to yourself? That's the next thing. Why, man? You mean you ain't gonna tell her? You ain't gonna tell her you had 20,000. You had 20 girlfriends before you got to her. You ain't gonna tell her that. Why? Why would you want to tell her that? Shouldn't she know that? Doesn't she have a right to know? And then we're gonna look at how deep should you dig? Should you go to the bottom of the barrel? You want to know everything. I want to know from the time you was born, everything you did, everything you said, every boyfriend you had, where he took you, how you did it in the bedroom. I want to know it all. Digging so deep, dig yourself a hole you can't get out. You don't need all of that, my friend. So I'm gonna show you the right way, the tight way, the long way, and the strong way. And you gotta get involved with your lady. When your lady gotta get involved with you, we're gonna examine this. Number one. What's number one? Number one. Here it is. Should you dig into your partner's past? Should you? Beautiful lady right there. You want to know about her? You can tell a lot by her just by looking at her. You don't need to dig all the way in there. But some of you guys just so nosy. You got to know every detail. Should you do it? Yeah. It's always good to know, to a certain degree, ladies and gentlemen, about your partner's past. Okay? It's important that you know some levels or some layers of the past events and past history of the person you're hooking up with. Mhm. Yeah, the one you say love, the one you say want to go with, the one you say you might want to marry one day. You know what I'm saying? You need to know, man. It's important. Hmm? Why is it important, BobbieD? Why? Why? I'm gonna tell you, man. Chill. It's important because it helps you. It helps you develop honesty in a relationship. Honesty, my guys, is one of the pillars of any successful relationship. Hmm? You start your relationship off with a bunch of lies, you're gonna have a nasty, stinking, lying relationship. Hmm? It ain't gonna work out. But when you start it off on the right foot, baby, it's gonna be all right. Start your marriage, your relationship, your fiance, whatever, on the right path, and that means honest, man. Don't lie. Yep, it's hard to deal with somebody. When I catch somebody lying to me, I'm like, what? I don't want to deal with them because they have betrayed my trust in them. I trusted you to tell me the right information. I trusted you to tell me the truth. And when I find out you're lying to me, I don't want to be around you. I don't want nothing to do with you because you're a lie in my eyes. So start your relationship off honesty. And how do you do that? You have to ask some questions, son. You got to do a little bit of digging, man. You got to find out who you're getting involved with. Mark Hill and I just talked about we don't know these people when we overseas. We don't deal with expats that much, but we don't know them. You know? And most of the time, I found out expats want to get in your pocket. You just let some women when you don't know much about them, they want to get in your pocket, and you never would know that if you don't do what? Ask questions, dig, find out information. And when you find out information, it develops honesty in that relationship. Not only should it develop honesty, my brothers, but it will develop openness. Because you're leaving the door open. So look, I can give you this information you need because you need this so we can have a tighter, more intimate, close relationship. And that's honesty. When you find out somebody lying to you, what do you want to do? Get rid of it. So asking questions, digging for information is develops honesty in relationship, develops openness in relationship, and it's essential. You hear me good on this. It is essential for a healthy relationship. Yeah, I see you heard I said healthy. Not jacked up. A lot of y'all into jacked up relationship. You know, one person in particular, I talked about, I'm stop talking about him, but I got to say this today. Will Smith, unhealthy relationship. Wife lying to him. You know, say she didn't sleep with her son's friend. She slept with her son's boyfriend. The son slept with her boyfriend, and then the wife slept with the boyfriend. And then she lied to Will, said I didn't do it, and Will had to go around and find out from the boy he did it. Okay, unhealthy relationship when you can't tell the truth. Be honest, and you got to find out information by digging for it. That means you got to ask. And if they don't give it to you, find out some other way. Okay? So it's important, ladies and gentlemen, that you have a modicum, a certain amount of what pertinent and relevant information from the person that you're hooking up. Okay? Don't go on no blind. They said the blind date. That's the stupidest thing you can do. Go blind date? Nah, I'm gonna blind date nothing. I want to know who I'm hooking up with. I want to see her face before I met. Don't give me nothing blind, man. The Bible said that the blind lead the blind. Don't play that game with me. I want to see who I'm getting, and I want her to see who she's mixing up with. Blind date. That's the most craziest thing I can think of. You want blind lead the blind, and you get nothing but anger and frustration. Because most of the time when you go on dates like that, ain't nobody that you would want to be associated with. I went on one blind date in my life. I regret it to this day. Oh Lord, the girl she was big, man. You know who set me up with that blind date? My grandma. In the phone. I said, yeah, man. He said, I got a nice young lady, and I want you to meet her. I said, I'm all right. I'm all right, Mom. I know how she is. She already tried to pick me up. I said, I'm all right, Mom. And I messed around and went on that blind date. Lord have mercy. I wish. Ooh, the girl was huge. She was big. First of all, She didn't look all that right, okay? And then she was big as a bull. But anyway, long story short, it didn't work. Okay, so nothing blind about dating. Always have vision. Always have insight. Always have purpose. Always have a plan. A, B, C, and D. If that's the one you like, you're gonna hang with her. But do it openly and not what? Blind. Ask questions. Appropriate questions. We're gonna talk about that. Number 2 is what? Here we go. Number 2. Why it's good to keep some things to yourself. It's always good to keep some things to yourself, man. The reason why, because there's 2 types of things you want to keep. Number 1 is privacy versus secrecy. I can have some information I held. Let's say I got a bank account, right? And it's a private checking account for me in my name only. That's privacy, right? That's my private banking account. That's privacy. I don't go around telling everybody I got to check it. No, I don't have to reveal that. That's a private. You said, Bob, you keeping secrets. No, I'm not keeping them secret. Privacy versus secrecy is a totally different thing. Secrecy is if you have a checking account and you lying that you don't have a checking account. That's secrecy. Okay? Privacy, everybody needs privacy in life. That's why if you living in a house, you got your door closed so nobody can see what's going on. You want to be private. You're not trying to hide nothing. Now, if you have burglar bar and all like that, and your windows boarded up, then that's a secret. You're trying to hide something, okay? So you got to understand, there's 2 types of information. There's private information versus secret information, okay? Private information is not pertinent to your current situation, okay? So what does it mean? You share pertinent information to someone you're hooking up with, okay? And that's prize. You don't share pertinent. You only share pertinent information to somebody you're hooking up with, okay? And so privacy is assertive. It comes from an assertive place, and it comes from a place of confidence, okay? See, some of us get privacy and secrecy confused. Secrecy means that you're trying to withhold information, that you're trying to hide something. And being secret comes from a place of fearfulness, and it comes from a place of shame. You're shameful that you had 10 guys, ladies, before you met the man you really love. And so you never told him. You tried to hide it. He said, how many guys you got? And you lied about it, or you never told him. I'll tell you tomorrow. That's secrecy. You're keeping secrets because you feel fearful that you might lose them when you tell them you had 10 gentlemen that y'all did the wild thing before you got to him. And you feel fearful about that, and sometimes you feel shame. That's secrecy. Right? That's secrecy. Privacy comes from a place of assertiveness. No, if they don't tell you something, it's not that they're hiding it. It's because it's not pertinent to our current conversation. It is not pertinent to our relationship. So understand me, ladies and gentlemen, there is a very, very big difference between privacy and secrecy. Everybody needs some private information. Everybody needs some private time. Everybody needs to have some time that they can set aside for themselves. Me time, private time. And so it goes with information as well. Everything you don't have to let them know, okay? Because it's private to you. Now, when does privacy become public, or when this privacy should be shared? When it's something involving that pertinent information, when that situation is pertinent to the information you have. I know this hard, man. Replay it. You'll get it. It's hard to grasp because people think secrecy and privacy is the same thing, and it is not. Okay? It is not. It's totally different. One other thing. Why is it good to keep some things for yourself? Number 3, TMI, baby. You met somebody, you went on a first date, and you tell them everything, your whole life story, and all the glory. You think they're satisfied with you? You got to tell them every detail. When you was in the 2nd grade, they teach you, spank you, and all. Who want to know all of that stuff, man? TMI. Too much information. She got information overload, and just sitting up there talking to you for 30 minutes, you done told her your whole life story. You know what I'm saying? Too much. You ain't got to tell her everything. She ain't got to tell you everything. Some things you don't need to know, okay? But there are some things you need to know, and that is the difference. I hope you get this because it's very important. I talked to you on some other broadcasts about sharing information, and we should share information when you're in a relationship with someone you love. However, it's a big however, it depends on how much when you share that information. Okay, you don't have to tell everybody your lady everything. She ain't got to tell you everything. Huh? There are some things that you should tell. There's some things that should remain private. Now, notice I said private. I didn't say secrets. Secrets is a whole nother level of deception. You don't want secrets in your relationship. You want openness and honesty, as I just mentioned to you in one of my points. Number one, openness and honesty is the foundation, is one of the pillars of any successful, healthy relationship. If you have no openness, you will have no honesty. If you have no honesty, you will have no truth. If you have no truth, you're left with a lie. And you're building your life, you're building your relationship on an established, ugly, stinking, rotten, nasty lie. Hmm? Y'all ain't got me. Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Replay it. You'll get it. Replay this. You'll get it. The second time is always better than the first time. Okay? Last one, we out, man. I ain't got to let go. Number three is what? Number three, just a want to be. But number three, man, you got to understand, how deep should you dig? How deep should you dig into that thing, man? Some people say you should dig all the way. So you need to know everything. Don't hold nothing back. Don't you hold nothing back from me, girl. You better tell me everything. I want to know how many boyfriends you had. I know where they took you on dates. I want to know, did he kiss you? What else he do to you? How did he do it? Was he better than me? You ain't got to know all of that, man. You ain't got to dig that deep, but some of y'all do. And it mess you up. But sometimes when you want to know everything, some things you ask for, you really didn't want to know. But when they tell you the truth, you hurt. Okay? Only ask for things that are needed to know. Okay? Can you get that in your mind, ladies and gentlemen? You people out there that's messing around with a girl, a lady, a woman, women out there that mess with a man, can you get that in your mind, please? Stop being so nosy. You don't got to know everything. There are some things that you must know or you should know. Those things that you should know are pertinent and relevant to your what? Current situation. That's what you need to know. You ain't got to dig 15 years ago and realize that she was locked up in the penitentiary. That ain't your business. Is that pertinent to your current situation? No. She's out the jail now. She changed her life. She's a different person. Is that pertinent? You don't need to know that in the current situation. If it comes up and she was older, then that's shameful on her, but she's not telling the truth. But she ain't got to divulge that to you because it's not relevant to where we are now in our relationship. Oh, man. Oh, that's so good. I wish y'all could get this. I wish y'all could, but I'm not feeling it from you. Replay the video. Okay? Last one. Yeah. So how deep should you dig, man? Only ask for things that are needed to know. The reason why we got boundaries, man. I don't want you stepping in my boundaries. Everybody has a comfort zone when you relate to someone else. Okay? I got one, you got one. All guys chilling got comfort zones. And when you violate my comfort zone, we got issues. Huh? And so you have to know your boundaries. And you have to know your partner's boundaries. And know what you can add. What won't tick them off. Know how far you can go. Okay? We got boundaries. And you don't want to go beyond her boundaries. You don't want her going beyond. It's not her business to know how many girlfriends you banged. It's not her business to know which one you bang the most. All that, what you like for the, what section you like for the, all that stuff is unnecessary. How does that pertain to your current relationship? How does that pertain to your current situation? Keep it appropriate to the current situation. Those are the questions you need to know. You should ask questions about your current situation. How old are you? Yeah, that's relevant, that's pertinent. You like movies? That's relevant, that's pertinent. You know what I'm saying? Relevant and pertinent stuff you need to know. Now, as you progress in your relationship, it may be some other stuff. And if she's lying, it's going to be, well, that's a secret. When everybody tell you that's a secret, they're a liar. Because they're not being open with you. And secrecy, I just showed you and told you, does not do what? Does not develop honesty. And when you have somebody that is not honest with you, what is the opposite of being honest? Lying. So if you're not telling me the truth, baby, you lying to me. So, but the secret, why you want to hide the secret? Because it's a place of shame and a place of fear they're coming from. People have secrets that are full of shame. People have secrets that are full of fear and anguish. That's why they don't want, it's a secret. They don't want nobody to know because they're fearful how people would look at them and how they think about them. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Get rid of the secret. When you get involved with someone and that information comes up and is relevant to your situation and they talk about a secret or they don't share it with you, that's a problem. Yeah, withholding secrets means you got something you're ashamed about. What means you got something you're fearful about. You say, okay, so you withhold that secret. You got $50,000 in a secret account, and you didn't have to tell it to her then because when you were first dating, that wasn't relevant and pertinent to your situation, right? So what's then was private. But when she said, John, do you got any more checking account that you didn't even tell me about, John? And you said, no, I don't. Then you were withholding a secret. You're lying. You're coming out of fear that she might get your money, fear that she might get pulled in some kind of way. That's fear and shame, and it's a secret, and that's where your marriage, your relationship will go down. Be honest. Yeah, I have another account, my dear, and I've never told you about it because it's never relevant, never perfect. I wasn't trying to hold a secret. You never came up. That was your private account. But if it comes up, then you have to be open and be honest and divulge the truth. The Bible said the truth will make us what? Free. Free from shame, free from guilt, free from doubt, free from fear, free from anxiety, free from worry. Free. I don't know about you, man. All my life, I want to be free. All I want is freedom. And I can't be free and I'm lying to you. You can't be free and you're lying to me. Be honest, man. To hide nothing. You so scared you got to tell her you got another guy. You shouldn't be hooked up with her. Stay by yourself. Stop trying to reach out and touch somebody. You don't want to know you got this. You don't want to secrecy, lies, deceit. Let's be open. Let's be honest to a certain degree about things you need to know from your mate's past life history. Huh? Digging too deep can be good sometimes, or it can be bad sometimes. It depends on the information, and it depends on the relevancy of the situation that the information pertains to. I know that's a lot of big words, but you got to review this another time and you'll get it. Okay, man? You with me, G? That's all I got for you, man. We had a great show today, man. Markel in the house. We always have Fridays, the Veterans Day. If you're a veteran out there, don't forget what he talked about, okay? He talked about the FMP program. He talked about doing your taxes. And he talked about one other thing I can't remember right now. There's 3 things he talked about, man. And y'all get on it, man. I'm getting ready to do my taxes in the next few weeks. Probably before the 15th. One thing he said that if you're overseas and that you can extend your taxes if you make so much, you can extend it to like October or something like that. I never knew that part, but I always pay mine on time. Okay, usually I wind up paying some money. Every now and then I get some refund. Most of the time I'm paying a few dollars, but whenever I pay, it's not a whole lot. Okay, so understand. Let's review this real quick. 3 things. Should you dig into your partner's past? It depends. You should dig for certain pertinent and relevant information. Okay? If you want to know every detail, you ain't got to do all that. Number 2, why is it good to keep some things to yourself? Because nobody has to know everything about you. Not even the one you love. The only person that no need to know everything, that already know everything about you is the Lord. It's called information overload. You're going to sit down and you just met this lady telling you a whole lot of story and all of your, come on, man. Some things you need to keep to yourself. And now, how deep should you dig? How deep should you dig for information? That depends on your situation and depends on the pertinency and the relevancy of that information. But you don't have to know everything about her, all the details, her whole life story and all the glory. You need to know the information that's relevant to you that you're impertinent to your relationship. Don't go back 10 years, 15 years. She was a little girl and something bad happened to her. It causes her trauma. No, you ain't, if she's all right now, you ain't need to know that until you get to a point in your life and you see she's having issues. That's when you need to discover that. Okay? I hope I made this clear to you. If it's not clear to you, make it dear to you by looking at it again and again and again. Because I'm telling you, somebody out there need to hear us. Because you're asking too many questions. And when you get to a point where people are uncomfortable with you asking questions that are not pertinent to your current relationship, pertinent to your current situation, what you're going to do is you're going to drive that person away from you. You ain't got to know all of that. Some questions you ask them could trigger. You know what I'm saying? Trigger, cause a flashback on a nasty situation happening in life. And when they associate the pain of that situation with you asking that question, they associate that pain with you. And they don't want to be bothered with you because you bring pain into their mind. You bring painful emotions back to them. Be careful how deep you dig in asking questions of your partner. You with me? Let's go. People get ready. Well, there's a train that's coming. Don't need no ticket. You just get on board. All you need is love. Woo, say it again. Say, sweet, sweet love. Don't need no ticket. I know. You just get on board. Get on board. Y'all ready to about BobbieD, one nation, one love. Y'all ready, man? Are you ready for the roll call, man? I'm ready, man. Ready like Freddy Krueger. Nah, I feel man. Hey, let's go, man. When I said toot toot, you said all aboard. Toot toot, toot toot. When I said all aboard, you said toot toot. All aboard, all aboard, all of. Let's ride this train, man. Y'all ready? Come on, man. We got to find out who's rough enough, tough enough, buffed up enough to be the first man in the. Here's how. Who that said they gonna beat them? I need to know. Inquire mind want to know. That's one question I want to know. I'm gonna dig for that question. Who that say they gonna beat them? I'm gonna drill down here and find out who that is. Lisa D's here today. She's had a rough day. She just got back from taking her mother all over God's green. She's out there with mom, right? Well, mom said, I need to see my sister Jane, and I need to see my cousin, and I need to. It went on down there. And so she had to do all that today. So she got her, and then her mama, she dropped her mother off to her sister-in-law's house. So she's going to stay there for this night, and she getting up in the morning, and she's going to head back to the property. But we enjoyed mom. She stayed here a whole week with us. And it was nice. I enjoyed it. She don't bother me. Some people like, I can't stand my mother-in-law. You better change that, brother. You know what I love? You better change that story and make it rhyme, make it right. Because if you can't stand her, your wife gonna wind up not standing you. Y'all gotta get along, man. You know about that. That's married. I ain't gotta get along with her. I'm married. I gotta get along with her. No, you gotta get along with both of them. She's part of your mother-in-law is a legal entity, a legal individual in your life. That's what's called an in-law, not an outlaw. Stop treating her like an outlaw. She's an in-law mother to you. And she's a in biological mother to your wife. Okay? And so let's treat her appropriately. You don't have to do all that, be all in the grill. Just treat her nice, treat her pleasant. And if you don't like her, that's okay. You think I like everybody? No. Everybody sure don't like me. But I treat people with respect. I treat everybody with decency. Unless they act a fool with me and I can't do it. No, but I try to treat everybody with decency, and I usually get good results. And I would suggest you do the same thing and see if you can get some good results. Okay? All right. Who that? I'm gonna drill down and find out who they say they're gonna beat themselves. Who that say they're gonna beat themselves? Let's go. I ain't playing today. Let's go. Wow, what's up? Browns Bullet. I got so many things like Browns Bullet. What's up, man? Monroe Smith. He said, look, live in North Carolina, man. If you've never been to North Carolina, go check them out. Okay, Charlotte is the place you want to go. Greensboro is nice. That's where Monroe Smith is. But Charlotte is even better. You know, Greensboro, like you're a country kind of guy, you're a small town guy. Greensboro is your place. But if you're a big city kind of guy, go to Charlotte. Okay. I lived in Charlotte for 3 years, and there were 3 unforgettable years. I had some good times in Charlotte, made some new friends. I learned a lot of new things, new skills. So Charlotte, North Carolina, and he's from Greensboro. Greensboro, North Carolina is the place to be. Isn't that right? Yeah, that's what he said. I told him. He said, hello, from Greensboro, North Carolina. You know what, Monroe, man? They need to hire you to promote your city because you would do a great ambassador. Let's go. Right, Terry, who we got? Terry Fleming. What's up, Terry? He said, two, right back at your baby. Good, Terry, good to see you. Right, Terry, about it. He's here on this. I know. Rain Man coming. Rain Man coming. Rain Man coming. What's up, Rain Man? You good? So good to see you. So good to see you. Hey, man, you know what I got to tell you, right? I got something to tell you, man. I mean, Rain Man, I got something to tell you. Hey, number 2, jump on. Hey, man, don't feel bad, man. We're not coming against you, Terry. We're coming against you. We come to get that spot, man. The spot you. We come against the number 2 spot. I want everybody to be the number 1. When it's something good, if it's bad, I want you to be in the back of the line. Let's go right there about these one. Who we got? Monroe. He said, North Carolina is in the house. Yeah. I told you, man. Monroe is proud of his state. He's proud of his city. And he told me the other day, he said, you know what, Bobby, that's what? He said, I'm not from North Carolina originally. I'm from New York. I said, what? Give a shot. The way he promotes North Carolina, you would think that he was born there, but he just moved from the north to the south, and he realized that was his kind of people, and that was his kind of place. And you know, that's what happens to a lot of people that are born in the north and they're raised in the north. Once they come down south, they realize it's a whole nother level of living, and it's a whole nother level of sharing and care. People in the south are more generous, they're more helpful, they're more outgoing, and you just fall in love with Southern people. In the north, not so, my brother. Let's go, Roger. Who we got? Monroe. He said, hello, Rain Man. What's up, man? You good, Terry Fleming? Roger, about these, who we got? Terry Fleming. He said, hello, sir, North Carolina. What's up, man? You good? You good in the calculator? Roger, about these, who we got? Monroe. He said, you are welcome, Mr. BobbieD. You welcome, man. Hey, no problem with that. Ray, what's up, man? That's my buddy Raymond, man. He out there in New Jersey. He's from the Jersey Shores. What's up, man? Hey, Ray. He said, Markel, do you have a channel? Yeah. Oh, Ray, you came in late, man. I told you the channel. I told you the channel at the outset, and I told you the channel at the end. So you came in between there. Get parent. Markel has a channel. He has 2 channels, exactly. Yeah, the first channel he's got is called Markel's TV Podcast. Okay, Markell space, the letter S like Sam, space TV. Okay, that's how you spell it. A lot of people spell it with the S on it, and you're not, it's not gonna come up like that. Markell space, the letter S like Sam, space TV. Check that out. And the second show YouTube channel is called Markel's Tech Review. Okay, so if you need benefit information, Ray, I think Ray is one of my buddies. I think he was in service. I'm not sure. But if you're using service, you need better information, check him out. And Ray Markel is always a good guy to get in contact with. Ray will hook you up. He got a lot of friends out here in the city. He's actually got a lot of friends all over the world. So you 2 guys will do good together. You have similar personalities, some of the traits, and then that you guys kind of people I like. So good to see you, my brother from another mother. Right, Train Bobby, who we got? Ray, he said, would you like to have a post on my blog? Markel, I already got a post on his blog, so he's not asking me that question. Markel, go to Markel's show. He has a show every day, usually about every day, and ask him that directly. I'm sure he would. It would be very, very helpful way. Markel, if you listen, it would be helpful for you as well to get the word out about your show. And Ray has a nice blog. He promotes people on his blog that he's met and they have positive things to do and to offer people. So it will be beneficial on both parts. Okay? Round Train Bobby DC One Nation. Lou, what's up, man? He said, what about it? Hey, man, we're doing right, tie long term. You know how we do. I just got to laying it down. Well, if you missed it, you just a clown. No. Nah, let's play, man. Nah, man, I just talked to you about digging for information in your latest past. You don't need to dig all that. Some things you need to know, but you don't need to know every detail. You don't need to know every detail about her, and she don't need to know every detail about you. Too much. There's something called TMI. Too much information. It leads to information overload. But whenever you get overloaded, what do you want to do? You just want to throw it away and get away from it. You can't deal with the pressure. You can't deal with the stress because you're overloaded. They're telling you too much stuff that you don't even need to know about. And it makes you angry. So, oh, I want y'all, come out. Let's go right there, Bobby. See one day who we got. Right. He said, hey, Bobby, tell it like it is. I ain't gonna do it, man, like a T.I.E. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's what my mama told me. Murphy Hayes said, go show things. Good show, thanks, BobbieD. Thanks, Mark. Hey, you're welcome, man. And we try to bring it right tight, long, and strong, and so we can make sure everybody has the 411 on their benefits and on dealing with their relationships. You know what I'm saying? Benefits, relationship, sometimes go hand in hand. Let's go right there, BobbieD, leading one nation on the group one love. Murphy, and he said, good show, BobbieD. Hey, Mark, thank you, man. Appreciate that. Right there, who we got? Murphy Hayes, hello, what's up? You all right? Got in the house. Ooh, what's up, man? Got in, man. Go finger. All right, guys, if you really real. We got to go. This is BobbieD, and Lisa D's knocked out on the couch because she had a long day, and she's trying to get some Z's in right now. And I know she don't want me to tell y'all that business, but you know what I'm saying. I gotta let you know where she at. She got to skip it this time. That's BobbieD. And Lisa, take care. God bless and peace.